Right, we're here. So you can just, I'm doing my signage well again, look. So there's the cathedral. So we've been told by the taxi driver that, taxi man. That it's 2 minutes walk. We're in Santiago. What was it? Just under €10 for the taxi?
Yeah, it's quite cheap and really quick.
Really quick. The guy didn't speak any English, but he was lovely and polite still. Told us it was 2 minutes walk from where he dropped us off to the cathedral. We've got some lovely old buildings, which I'll show you properly in a minute. We came through the more urbanised side of it. So we were just like a bit, oh no, this isn't what we thought it was going to be. But then it turns out that once you're in. Better. Right, I'm going to do this one, because who doesn't like a bit of tat? So I got my €1, my 5 cents there, and I'm having that one. But I need both hands, so I'll show you what it's like when it's done. Right, so even though I chose the other thing, I got the cathedral instead. Maybe it was a sign, because, you know, we're right here, aren't we?
Yeah, it's alarming, that, isn't it?
Alarming. So the cathedral is up that way. Sorry, lots of building noises. It says, there's a sign there that says kilometre 0. This, number 33, with the shell, is where you come for your certificate and your stamp. So you've got your registration here, and you can go through and do that. Wanted a bit of a snacky snack. You're not joining me on my snacky snack, are you?
No.
So just got a little cone of ham for €4.
It's quite reasonably priced.
It is, because it's big, chunky, very tasty ham. Right, so we have just had a lovely burger in here. What's it called? Custom? No,
Custom
Central.
Central.
La Central. There. And they had a very different choice of burgers on the menu for the things that you had on them. However, those burgers, they were cooked perfectly medium, weren't they?
Oh, yes.
Very, very nice.
Tasty as
anything. So we came back from Santiago because we'd kind of done enough walking around, I think. Lots and lots of little streets and whatnot. Could have spent ages there. However, it's... John seems to have hurt his side and I'm limping a little, so we're struggling getting around. So yeah, so we've just come back and there was a place just over the road from where the air is that looked like it had a good little restaurant, so we thought we'd come back, but I don't think they were serving food yet and they didn't have a menu, so we just came over here. So it's a good little park up. Lots of interesting shops. I wonder if they've got foot cream.
CBD foot cream.
Well, you can get a tray with chips on. No CBD foot cream. I've been advised that CBD foot cream would be absolutely brilliant for my little old feet. But yeah, so there's lots of things around. There's a Mercadona, there's a Supercore, and it's a free park up. You can stay for 72 hours, did you say?
Yeah.
72 hours, and it costs around €10 to get to Santiago from here. So if you are looking for somewhere to stay, or by taxi, and there's a taxi rank in the city. So yeah, if this is somewhere you want to do is a stop off to get into Santiago without driving in the middle, it's a good one. Well, good gloomy morning. It is absolutely persisting it down, don't you know? So we're going to go out in the piddling rain and fill up water, empty toilets and what have you before we leave today. We were going to go to a little town called Cebrero, I think it is Cebrero, which is a place we've been to before, which is on the Camino. It's one of the highest points on the Camino, but it's grass parking and you have to get up a slope to get in. There is another way in that's around the other side that's not quite as slopey, but it's still a grass park up, and that's been raining there for a while now, and it will be raining today. I think there's 2 hours where there's no rain today there. So we're going to go a little bit further down to the next town on the Camino, which I've got the map of. I can't remember the name of it, but no doubt you'll find out soon enough. And we're going to go and stay there instead. We're just looking for little places on the Camino on the way, because we've got to go on the way back to France anyway. So yeah, so we're going to go and find that next spot and have a mooch around and see what we can see in the piddling rain. To the park up. I'll give you a walk around in a bit. This is my view. So I've got like allotments, and then there's goats and things, and the vines for the wine have changed again because they are low down ones rather than the tall ones, so I'm wondering whether they've changed to the weather. This is the first time the sun has been shining all day today. We've decided to eat in the vans, and we might have a walk out later. It looks like, even though this is like a Camino town, I would have expected it to be open more like during the day, but it seems everything's open till 3 and then it closes and it opens again at 8. So we're thinking maybe later on we'll have a walk out and go and see if we can find a bar and just get a beer or something. I did have best intentions. I was going to do, you know, I've seen them on social media and stuff where they do like a tortilla wrap and then they smush mince on it, fry it in the frying pan and then fold it in half and have it as like a tortilla wrap thing, and then they put salad in the middle. So that's what I was going to do. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see in there, the wraps are not wraps. The wraps are craps, it seems, but I really do like these corn tortillas. So instead of having it as a wrap, I'm going to do a disassembled jobby. So I've got these low-fat chicken squished up meatballs, mini burgers, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to chuck them in and fry them all up with some fajita powder, and then I'm actually going to put the tacos, I'm going to chop them up fine, put them in at the same time and fry them all up, and then I'll probably have some cheese and things. I might actually just have those two like that as the hot thing, and then I've got tomatoes, I've got grate cheese, I've got rocket, I've got guacamole, so crispy fried onions, gherkins, all that kind of thing. So I'm just going to lump that all on top of it and eat that with a fork. So it's a bit like chicken tacos in a bowl, as it seems. So it is going to be a let's throw it all in together thing. So I'll just show you what it's like when it's done. In the meantime, Mr. Air Fryer is on with sweet potato fries. So I've just got some sweet potato fries going away there. And whatever I don't eat today, I'll eat another day. Right, so there it is. I use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream because I just like it. And I've got cucumbers and gherkins and tomatoes and some grated cheese and some corn tortilla, rocket, and then the chicken. And that smells amazing. So that's going in my face, as are these. Well, didn't even get a chance to wash up properly before it started raining, so that's that. Literally, I know I should be less of a fair weather walker in some way, but I don't know. I mean, am I the only one? You know, I know these people that go out hiking in all the weathers, but what kind of percentage are we talking about? So if it was you and you were obviously in a van without a drying room, so let's say everything obviously has to be in this same big room, what would you do in the wet weather? And if the wet weather was continuous as well, because I get the idea of sitting out the odd wet day, you know, that's fine, isn't it? It's just if you're sitting out the odd wet day, then you're entitled to a resting day. You're entitled to a day where you take it easy or you catch up on work or whatever. But we've pretty much caught up on most things. There's always something to do, even if it's just downloading memory cards. You know, there's always something to do. But it's a funny one because, you know, you come to places like this where they are good enough to put on an air with free services. So it's the most basic, like the last one, it literally is a concrete pillar with like a little bit, it looks like a B from the side, like the letter B. And the lower bit is where you empty your toilet, and on the opposite side of that, there's a tap for your fresh water. There's 2 taps, which is always good, because if there's just one tap, you never quite know what that's being used for. But yeah, it's a funny old thing, isn't it, for wanting to go out and actually spend money in the community, because that's what the airs are for. They're to get people to do that. So yeah, it plays on my mind a lot. But I've been cranky today. I've been so cranky. I thought it might have been because I was hungry at first, and I'm still cranky. So so it's definitely not lack of food. And I feel like I think I've just ran out of thought space for everything. I think I've been on an absolute, I mean, the other day, as I think I'd already said, I had an ADHD day where one minute I was looking at dogs, the next minute I was looking at new motorhomes or vans, and the next I was looking at land in Spain or Portugal. It's just literally all over the place, and it's kind of continued like that, just bouncing. I feel like what I would like at the minute is to have somewhere to go back to, but I'm not ready for it to be a house. I'm not ready for it to cost me money every month, because at the minute we are in a position where it's difficult to have something that's going to cost us money every month. I know there's lots of static caravan sites and things. I don't want to get caught up in something where you pay 20 odd grand for a static caravan, and then 2 years into it or a year into it, then some big company comes and, like Park Dean or whatever, and comes and buys it, triples your ground rent, and offers you 50p for your caravan to leave. So there's so many things. I mean, this Facebook is full of groups like that holiday action groups for stuff. It just seems to be bad stuff wherever you go. So unless I take more hours on and do more things, which there is always the option to do that, then yeah, having to pay a lot every month for something that we're not going to use every month is a tough call. So I feel like my head's going to explode, just because of all the thinking. We were just talking about what we're going to do from here, and I think we're going to kind of hightail it, because the weather's going to be cruddy for the next 2 weeks here. So we're going to get some big days in, I think, of driving. We're going to go see John's sister in the Netherlands. So I think we're about 20 hours away from there at the minute. So we can do 4 5-hour days or 5 4-hour days, whichever. And just see how it goes. John hurt his back a little bit. I think it's still carrying on from when he fell. So he's struggling getting out. So if I was to go out around the town, it'd be by myself later, which I don't mind so much. But yeah, so it's trying to find that thing of driving too much. You don't want to do yourself in, but you want to kind of get there, because as awful as it sounds, we've done the things that we came to Spain and Portugal to do. There's nothing else for us to do anywhere else. I've said I'll go see some friends and family when we get back. But again, there's nothing else to do until the 14th of April, where my hospital appointment is. And hopefully in the next few days, I'll find out if I've got some bloods around the same point, just to check up on some other bits. So, yeah, got that limbo, and I'm still on holiday, technically. You know, we're still away, we're still somewhere really lovely. And I've got that limbo feeling, so I don't know, maybe I need a nap. Maybe a nana nap would do. So I'll get finishing putting these pots away, and I'm going to go for a nap.